Hello everyone, I'm MVL and welcome to my video game pickups for August 2018. As per usual, gameplay footage included for every game. And first up we have Blast Radius for the PlayStation 1. Blast Radius is a 3D space combat game. You take control of one of 4 assault crafts and battle against 32 different, highly intelligent enemy craft types. You can explore asteroid belts, uncover cloaked planets and satellites, and journey down wormholes, and even encounter kamikaze drones, and much more. And there's up to 2 players in link-up mode for cooperative or deathmatch levels. This is a highly enjoyable game and the controls are easy to master. So you can dive straight into the action and shoot down all of the enemy spaceships in a glorious blaze of destruction. That's Blast Radius for the PlayStation 1. Next up we have Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey for the PlayStation 1. This is a 2.5D platformer. It's a wonderful game that I'm really glad to have back in my collection. Abe's fate is in your hands. In a lush world of diabolical danger where everyone wants to eat you, you're the skinny guy with no weapons. Unlock Abe's special powers, then figure out your foes and you might save your race. Don't, and you're dinner. Enter Oddworld's surreal sensory overload of pure gaming and claim your destiny. Savior or salami. That's Oddworld Abe's Odyssey on the PlayStation 1. Next up we have Time Commando on the PlayStation 1. This is a 3D beat-em-up game. The game describes itself as a time travel combat game of exceptional graphic beauty. Well, you can see the gameplay footage, so I'll let you be the judge of yourself. It's as awkward to play as it looks. You do have the ability to block and dodge out of the way of incoming attacks, and as well as your unarmed strikes, there are a variety of weapons to pick up and use against your enemies. That's Time Commando for the PlayStation 1. Next up we have Haunting Ground for the PlayStation 2. This is an excellent survival horror game. The game does a great job instilling fear to you right from the start, making you feel vulnerable. The game also looks fantastic and plays exceptionally well. There's no loading time between doors. Fiona wakes from a car crash to find something far worse. She's being held prisoner in a gothic castle filled with horrors. Bloody experiments are taking place in secret laboratories. Demented monsters and sinister psychopaths stalk the corridors. What do they want with Fiona? To trick her? To trap her? To kill her? Run for your life. The only hope for survival is to tactically outsmart and evade the abominations that hunt and haunt you. Fear has found a new home. That's Haunting Ground for the PlayStation 2. Next up we have Mafia for the PlayStation 2. Mafia is a 3D action crime epic set in the seedy underworld of the 1930s. Rise from the lowly but well-dressed foot soldier to an envied and feared made man in the era of mob hits, car crashes and bootlegging. Earn a reputation as a tough enforcer, daring getaway driver and deadly hitman in your quest for respect and power. Join the family. That's Mafia for the PlayStation 2. Next up we have Tenchu, Fatal Shadows for the PlayStation 2. This is a stealth adventure game. Expert ninjas Ayami and Rin stalk the murderers of Rin's people. Striking silently from the shadows, their hunt for the architect of the crime will leave a trail of bloody, efficient retribution. You can play the game as either of the 2 Genji ninjas Ayami or Rin, and the game builds on the combat from the previous games, allowing you to slay multiple enemies simultaneously with new stealth moves. The official PlayStation 2 magazine says it's looking the best in the series so far, and PSM2 says clever AI, fantastic level design, and an unbeatable atmosphere. That's Tenchu Fatal Shadows for the PlayStation 2. Next up we have Kingdom Under Fire, The Crusaders for the original Xbox. This OG Xbox exclusive is a hybrid hack and slash and strategy game. Out of combat you control the whole battlefield, but when you send your squad into battle it changes to a hack and slash affair with your character. Battle on an unprecedented scale against the Dark Legions in an epic quest to control the Ancient Heart, an artifact of untold power. Carefully craft your skills and strategies as you assemble an army of more than 30 unit types. Engage your enemies in an all-out clash of arms amidst a sprawling battlefield raging with medieval fury. Against a tide of fearsome enemies, only heroes dare to stand and fight. That's Kingdom Under Fire, The Crusaders for the original Xbox. Next up we have Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey for the original Xbox. Another OG Xbox exclusive, this is a 3D platformer. Play as the Gabbert with Odditude, Munch and his flatulent sidekick Abe as they lead a lab rat revolution. Munch has been captured, poked, probed and generally violated by the greedy corporate sickos, the Vikers. And now it's time for him and Abe to turn the tables. You can power up with vendor machines and use psychic powers to possess enemies and machines, and rally Oddworld's whacked out inhabitants to stick it to the Vikers and save the day. That's Oddworld Munch's Odyssey for the original Xbox. Next up we have Return to Castle Wolfenstein Tides of War for the original Xbox. This is a first-person shooter. Hitler's head of the SS is twisting science and the occult into an army capable of annihilating the Allies. The balance of victory is in your hands. You can engage in an epic story-driven single-player campaign across over 30 levels. You can also play through the campaign with a friend with split-screen co-op action. The official Xbox magazine says there's no doubt about its greatness. From start to finish, it's an epic, gripping cinematic adventure. That's Return to Castle Wolfenstein Tides of War on the original Xbox. Next up we have Lunar Genesis for the Nintendo DS. This game is also known as Lunar Dragonsong overseas. See how the cult Lunar series started in this completely original prequel to the classic RPG series. Join a host of diverse characters in an epic tale describing the birth of the Lunar Universe in a traditional RPG filled with combat, exploration, and hundreds of mini-quests to complete. There are over 70 hours of gameplay in a vast universe to explore and conquer. The DS features include touchscreen functionality, microphone commands, and the combat displayed across both screens. That's Lunar Genesis for the Nintendo DS. Next up we have Alien Syndrome for the Nintendo Wii. This is a top-down shooter. Battle hordes of ferocious aliens and huge bosses to save Sat-5 and its human inhabitants from certain doom. The game allows you to annihilate more than 100 ferocious alien species, using unique Wii finishing moves in high-speed combat. You can discover hundreds of weapons, armor types, and special abilities, and the game even supports up to 4-player co-op multiplayer. That's Alien Syndrome for the Nintendo Wii. Next up we have Little King's Story for the Nintendo Wii. This is a world-building roleplay game. Can you help the king unite the 7 kingdoms and turn his sleepy little hamlet into the greatest kingdom ever? Mixing gameplay elements from life simulation, real-time strategy, and adventure genres, Little King's Story immerses you in a compelling fantasy world which is fun to play for the whole family. When you set off on your journey, you venture outside and grab a bunch of carefree adults and send them on your tasks. This could be to build structures to expand your empire, dig down holes to search for gold, sending them into battle to fight monsters, or smashing obstacles in your way to expand your territory. That's Little King's Story for the Nintendo Wii. Next up we have Pandora's Tower for the Nintendo Wii. How often do you see a Wii game in a black case? This is really cool packaging. This is a hack and slash game. It makes use of the Wii controls very well, but it also supports a classic controller if you have that. A monstrous curse is consuming a young woman. Only the flesh of beasts dwelling within the 13 towers can save her. As time ticks away, the maiden Eleanor is slowly turning into a beast. Defeat the monsters roaming the towers and return with their flesh before Eleanor's humanity is lost forever. You fight monsters with a variety of weapons, including a chain which rips the flesh from your fallen foes. This is essential because you have to bring it back periodically to Eleanor or she'll fall to the curse. This game is really great and it's got a wonderful gripping story right from the start. That's Pandora's Tower for the Nintendo Wii. Next up we have Genji, Days of the Blade for the PlayStation 3. This is a hack and slash game. Master the ancient art of the sword, battling vast hordes of enemies on foot and on horseback. You can switch between 4 different warriors and wreak havoc with their unique combat styles. And use the devastating force of the bullet-time Kamurai combat system to unleash stunningly elaborate martial arts move sequences. This is action brought to you by the executive producer of Resident Evil, Devil May Cry and Onimusha. And IGN.com give this Game of the Year at 2006, citing Best Artistic Design. That's Genji, Days of the Blade for the PlayStation 3. Next up we have Trinity Universe for the PlayStation 3. This is a role-playing game and a PlayStation exclusive. You find yourself in a mysterious dimension known as the Never Universe. All kinds of crazy, lost and forgotten things end up there. UFOs, libraries, sushi, donuts, and that gives you more than enough motivation to gather your allies, set out dungeon crawling, find some loot and battle enemies. The dungeon monsters and items you will find will change based on the time of day you explore. The game also allows you to team up with your allies to unleash unbelievable combos, and to customize your weapons with items to increase their power and aesthetics. That's Trinity Universe on the PlayStation 3. Next up we have Batman Arkham Origins, the Complete Edition for the Xbox 360. Another Batman beat 'em up in the Arkham universe. You prowl the streets of Gotham City, stopping criminals in action. Also facing off against 8 of Black Masked assassins with a $50 million prize on Batman's head. And it's a world of first for the game series as you encounter Batman's first encounters with some of his greatest allies and enemies in this origin story. That's Batman Arkham Origins for the Xbox 360. Next up we have Deus Ex Human Revolution Augmented Edition for the Xbox 360. This is a first-person shooter. This edition includes a 40-page art book and a bonus DVD with a making-of, game soundtrack, motion comic, E3 trailer and animated storyboard. It also includes an additional mission and some in-game items, but I couldn't use them because it was second-hand. To save his life after a deadly attack, Adam Jensen had no choice but to become physically augmented with cybernetics. The choices he makes as he unravels a vast conspiracy will help determine the fate of humanity. The game features evolving choices and consequences and boasts a perfect mix of action and roleplay, as well as devastating takedowns and weapons to unleash. That's Deus Ex Human Revolution for the Xbox 360. Next up we have Minnie Dangers on the Xbox 360. This is an action platformer. Biggest danger, smallest hero. Be a ninja. Play as Hiro and his 5 friends in their epic quest to defeat the evil samurai warlord. You can master furious ninja skills. You can even possess animals, stop time, and control the powers of nature to restore harmony to the world. All round a very enjoyable game, if on the cute side of things. That's Minnie Dangers on the Xbox 360. Next up we have an Xbox Live triple pack for the Xbox 360. This includes Trials HD, Limbo, and Splosion Man. Trials HD is the gameplay footage you're seeing now, and it's a motorcycle stunt game. Fasten your helmet and put your motorcycle skills to the test as you race over 50 mind-boggling tracks, perform extreme stunts, and create unique challenges. Limbo is a 2.5D platformer with a dark story. Uncertain of his sister's fate, a boy takes a journey of exploration through the mysterious and hauntingly beautiful world of Limbo. And Splosion Man is a platformer, born of fire and plasma, mankind's greatest triumph and most colossal mistake. Splosion Man, a single or multiplayer cooperative experience that splodes like no other. That's the Xbox Live triple pack for the Xbox 360. And finally we have the Ultimate Stealth Triple Pack for the Xbox 360. This is a collection of Thief, Hitman Absolution and Deus Ex Human Revolution. And what's really cool here is that they're all on separate discs, which you'd never see them do these days. As I've shown you Deus Ex Human Revolution in this pickup video and Hitman Absolution in a previous pickup video, you're going to see gameplay of Thief on your screen right now. Despite being the same kind of game, all of these games offer a wide amount of variety. In particular, the settings of these games are worlds apart. So whether you are a cunning thief who sticks to the shadows, a hitman determined to finish his contract, or an augmented human looking for the answers, you'll find fun in this game collection. That's the Ultimate Stealth Triple Pack for the Xbox 360. And there you have it. Those are all of my video game pickups for August 2018. If you like the video, please leave a like or comment to let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe as that really helps me out. Thank you for watching. I've been MVL, and I will see you next time.